Think about it. You argue with your friends why your iPhone is better than their Samsung, or vice versa. Why your pair of Adidas runners will outrun your friend's Nikes. What driving a Tesla really means to you. Why does that happen? Simple. It's all because of the power of branding. Welcome to our deep dive into the fascinating world of branding. We'll get into how branding works, why it's important, the difference between branding and marketing, and of course, how to build a brand. Hey, I'm Neil Verma, an author and brand builder. I've managed a $100 million financial business and sold multiple brands for 7 figures. I'm making these videos to help you build and scale your own dominant brand. Let's get started. So, what is branding? At its core, branding is a process. It's a journey of shaping a distinctive brand for your product, service, or even for yourself. You see, branding is about creating a specific image, an emotional response, and a set of expectations in the minds of your audience. It's not just about having a cool logo or a catchy tagline, although those things can help. It's about influencing perception. Take the brand Apple, for instance. What comes to your mind when you think about Apple? Cutting-edge technology, sleek design, innovation, and maybe even a sense of exclusivity. That's branding. Apple has influenced your perception, and they've done such an outstanding job that their brand is recognized. Let me give you another example. This one is from the direct-to-consumer brand Nuuly, a clothing rental service launched in 2019. Their branding isn't just about selling clothes, it's about selling a sustainable lifestyle. The thrill of constant variety and the joy of fashion without the guilt of consumerism. When you interact with Nuuly, whether it's on their website or through their packaging, you get a sense of their commitment to sustainability and fashion-forward thinking. That's how they influence your perception and ultimately your choice to do business with them. Remember, it's not about building a brand, you're influencing a brand. Your brand lives and breathes in the minds of your consumers. Every touchpoint is a chance to influence and shape that perception of your brand. So if you thought branding was just a logo and a tagline, think again. It's a thoughtful, deliberate process of influencing perception and creating meaningful relationships with your audience. Now that we've covered what branding is, let's delve into how branding works. The process of branding is like crafting a story, and the hero of that story is your customer. And every great story has an emotional core. It engages the audience and is consistent. Branding is no different. Think about Coca-Cola. Sure, they sell soda, but their branding goes beyond that. It's about happiness, togetherness, and refreshment. Every ad, every bottle, and every interaction reinforces this story. And it's so powerful that even if you are in a remote corner of the world and you see a red can with white cursive writing, you feel an emotional connection. That's the magic of branding. Moving on to how branding works. First, you define your brand story. Who are you? What values do you stand for? What unique value do you bring to your customers? Then you consistently communicate this story across all customer touchpoints. Over time, this story sinks into the minds of your audience. They start associating your brand with your story, and voila, your brand identity is born. Remember, your brand isn't what you say it is, it's what your customers say it is. So focus on influencing their perception positively through consistent, engaging storytelling. Now that we've unpacked what branding is, how it works, it's time to clear up a common misconception. Many folks confuse branding with marketing, but they're not the same thing. Marketing is about promoting a product or a service. It's about creating awareness, generating leads, and driving sales. Branding, on the other hand, is about shaping perception and creating an emotional connection. Marketing is about transactions. Branding is about relationships. Let's use Nike as an example. When Nike markets a new pair of shoes, they're telling you about its features, its benefits, and why you should buy it. That's marketing. But when you think about Nike, you think about athleticism, performance, and just do it. That's branding. Let me give you another example. The newer DTC cereal brand Magic Spoon. Launched in 2019, Magic Spoon is revolutionizing the cereal market with high-protein, low-sugar options that taste fantastic. When they promote their new flavor or offer a discount code, that's marketing. But their story of healthy, guilt-free indulgence and the feeling of nostalgia, that's branding. Marketing might convince you to buy a Nike shoe or a box of Magic Spoon cereal once, but branding is what keeps you coming back. It's what makes you recommend it to your friends. Branding is the reason you choose one product over another in a crowded market. Now, don't get me wrong, you need both marketing and branding. There are two sides of the same coin. Your marketing efforts will fall flat without a strong brand behind you, and your brand won't reach the right audience without effective marketing. Hopefully, that clears up the difference between branding and marketing for you. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, the bell, to be notified every time I post a new video about what it takes to build a dominant brand. Now, let's get to the crux of the matter. Why is branding important? In this day and age, competition is fierce. Countless products and services are vying for the same customer's attention. So how do you stand out? How do you ensure that your product or service is the one that gets picked off the shelf or clicked on in an online store? The answer lies in effective branding. Let's look at Tesla. They don't just sell cars, they sell a vision for a sustainable future. That strong brand message is what allowed Tesla to command a premium price and maintain a loyal customer base, even when competing against established car manufacturers. For a newer DTC example, let's consider MeUndies, an underwear brand launched in 2011. With a saturated market full of big-name brands, how did MeUndies carve out a space for itself? It's through their commitment to sustainability, body positivity, and vibrant self-expression. They've built a brand that resonates with younger, eco-conscious consumers who value their principles. That's why MeUndies customers don't just buy underwear, they buy into the vision and the values. Your brand is your promise to your customers. It tells them what they can expect from your products and services. It differentiates your offering from your competitors. Your brand is derived from who you are, who you want to be, and who people perceive you to be. Not only that, but a strong brand will lead to customer loyalty and even advocacy. Your customers will stick with you through thick and thin, and they'll bring their friends along for the ride. It's no wonder that brands like Apple have such a devoted fan base. It's all because of the power of branding. I hope you're beginning to see how crucial branding is for your business. Now that we know why branding is so important, let's talk about how to build a brand. Branding might seem daunting, but it really comes down to understanding your business, your customers, and the market. First thing first, you need to understand who you are as a brand. What's your mission? What are your values? What's your unique selling proposition? Basically, what makes you, you. Amazon, for instance, prides itself on its customer-centric approach. That's at the core of the brand. Everything they do is aimed at making that customer experience better. Now consider a newer DTC brand like Attentive, a personalized mobile messaging platform company. Launched in 2016, their focus is on delivering a hyper-personalized customer experience. That core message of personalization and customer engagement is infused throughout their branding. Now, once you have a clear understanding of your brand's identity, it's time to look at your customers. Who are they? What do they value? What are their needs? How can you address them? If you don't understand your customer, you can't create a brand that resonates with them. The third step is to understand your market and your competition. How can you differentiate your brand from others in the marketplace? What unique value can you provide? The final piece of the puzzle is consistency. You have to consistently communicate your brand message across all touchpoints. Consistency is key to building trust and recognition. Now, let's sum it up. Start with understanding your brand, your customers, and your market. Then consistently communicate your brand message. Branding is a journey, but every journey starts with a single step. Now we've dissected what branding is, explored how it works, and understood its importance. We've drawn the line between branding and marketing, and most importantly, we've given you a roadmap on how to kickstart your own branding journey. Always remember, your brand is not just a name or logo. It's the perception people have about you based on their interactions with you. It's about influencing that perception and creating an emotional connection with your audience. It's about standing out in a crowded marketplace and forging lasting relationships. As we've seen with the brands like Apple, Tesla, Nike, Amazon, and newer DTC brands like Nuuly, Magic Spoon, MeUndies, and Attentive, branding is how you can elevate your business from a commodity to a cherished part of your customers' lives. Creating a strong, influential brand might seem like a massive undertaking, but remember, take it one step at a time. Understand your brand, know your audience, differentiate yourself, and be consistent. By the way, if you want a real specific methodology for building a brand, then you might want to check out my masterclass on how the 7C method transformed a negative $2,000 online store into a $1.59 million global DTC brand in just 8 months. Head to ebrandclass.com and you can see how you can accelerate your brand journey as well. And to get you further into the brand development process of building your brand identity, check out my next video on this topic. See you there.